Hey everyone, welcome to today's video, and today we are going to be predicting the 2022 Senate elections. This is my newest prediction on these Senate elections, and a lot of stuff has happened since our last prediction. The first state I want to jump into is going to be the safe states, which I have as California, Hawaii. We're starting with the Democrat safe states. California, Hawaii, Illinois, New York, Maryland, Connecticut, Vermont, and I'd say that is it. Yep, that is it. Then the Republican, actually Oregon would also be safe. Oregon also safe. Alaska, Utah, Idaho, Kansas, Oklahoma, South Dakota, North Dakota, Missouri, Arkansas. Basically all of these states. A lot of people, I don't know why, they think Missouri is going to be close. It's not going to be close. Even Iowa, Chuck Grassley is very good at campaigning there. If we can look into the Iowa Senate race, actually, and take a step back, it's 2022, so 6 years ago is 2016. Grassley overperforms like every single time, no matter what year it is. Grassley is just dominating. You can give him any year, and Grassley is just really popular. So we can check out of the few of the polls. Look at all these ratings; they're all solid R. Even though Chuck Grassley, sometimes people keep saying, "Oh, it's a swing state." It's really not a swing state, especially not when Grassley's on the ballot. These polls are not very accurate polls here. I mean, only up by 5. No, not happening. So Iowa was also safe for Republicans. South Carolina as well. But I do want to look at Alaska, even though it is safe Republican, I still want to look into Alaska Senate race because we have a very interesting thing there. Alaska uses a ranked choice voting system, and now we're having like a battle between Lisa Murkowski, the incumbent senator, and a more Trump-ish nominee. I can't pronounce her last name. I think it's Tishbach. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I think you guys know. So if we go into 2016 itself, you could just see how crazy it gets there. So into their Alaska Senate race, everyone thought Lisa Murkowski would win by a lot, but a new poll just came out there showing Kelly Tishibaka, I don't know if that's how you say it, in the lead, but the poll is not here, but there was a poll where Kelly Tishibaka was leading in the first 2 rounds. Remember, they have ranked choice voting, so the other candidates were eliminated. But then Lisa Murkowski wins by 2%. But no matter who wins, it's a Republican. As of now, I have Murkowski winning, but we are going to see a much closer race than people expected here. Okay, so now we're going to look into New Hampshire. New Hampshire's thing about it is its primary is really late. It's impossible to even know who the Republican nominee is, and that's already giving Maggie Hassan an advantage. However, the Republicans just don't have a strong candidate. Like, they have Don Bolduc, who seems to be the main candidate, and he's an American retired U.S. general. Chuck Morse may put up a significant fight, but as you can see, it's not even close. Bolduc is dominating. But these polls shouldn't be taken because look at that undecided. But as you can tell, Bolduc is going to win, and Bolduc is not the strongest candidate for New Hampshire. Maggie Hassan, I've already seen her campaign ads, and she seems to be running a pretty smart campaign. Okay, now Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is definitely going to be one of the closest Senate elections this year. I mean, in 2016, you had Pat Toomey. But now the incumbent advantage is gone. You have Oz versus Fetterman. As you guys may know, this is probably going to be the biggest Senate race of this election. And Fetterman's this campaign is like the two worst campaigns I've ever seen. I'm gonna be honest. Oz's strategy is Fetterman is a radical liberal communist, and Fetterman's strategy is Oz is from New Jersey. Yeah, this isn't going to be a very good campaign for either of them. So that makes it hard to predict because you have two terrible campaigners. But Fetterman does have a lot of appeal in Pennsylvania. He has like all the right policies in Pennsylvania. And if we look at the polls for a second, and the polls are rarely accurate, I'm gonna say that, but it's a good starter to show like where we put. Yeah, they have Fetterman up, but again, we know that the polls are only a starter. I think in the end, though, the red wave will just carry Oz over the finish line. However, this is really close. Oz really needs to get his campaign in order because just saying Fetterman is radical liberal communist is not going to work. But Fetterman saying Oz from New Jersey is also not going to work. And they're just having a bunch of Twitter battles trying to ratio each other. None of them have an actual campaign. They're both terrible campaigns. Okay, now let's look at North Carolina. North Carolina, I'm thinking, will it be lean Republican or likely Republican? That's the question. It will be Republican. I can guarantee you that. It's not going to be a key race this year, but I do think it's lean. I'm going to put lean for now. Georgia, another major race, going to probably be the second biggest race of this. Raphael Warnock and Herschel Walker. Raphael Warnock is still relatively popular, and Herschel Walker has a few scandals that he may not be able to get by. Yep, Walker is a pretty strong candidate in some ways. However, there are a ton of things he is just doing wrong. But the polls are really close, like extremely close. I'm putting this race into tilt. R. I don't see Warnock running a real campaign, though, so that may be a concern for him. But in the end, again, the generic ballot R+3 will carry a lot of candidates through. A lot of people are going to be like complaining, oh, well, this candidate isn't strong. Well, we need to think, like, most people don't really vote on the candidate. They just vote, oh, this president had a pretty bad year, so I'm going to vote for the opposite party. And then Florida is likely. We don't even need to go over that. Marco Rubio is going to dominate that race. Then Ohio. For some reason, there are just a bunch of polls coming out from Ohio that everyone thinks it's tilt D. They're like, Tim Ryan's running a great campaign. It doesn't matter. Can we look at these results for a second? And it's safe, literally safe in 2016. And sure, they may have had a better candidate, but that does not make it all of a sudden going to be tilt Democrat, which some people are predicting. It wouldn't make sense. Now we're going to have the... look at these polls. What is this? Tim Ryan leading in the state of Ohio? You're going to try and win a state where Trump won by 10% in a red wave year? I don't think so. Nope. No, and look at these undecided numbers too. What is it? Except for this one, but still. It is nowhere going to be close. All the polls that are happening are just crazy. I do not know what is going on with them. All these polls, all of them are useless. Ohio's polling is just really weird. I think they are only polling cities. I don't know what they're doing. But yeah, you're not winning an R+10 state on a federal level in a midterm way. It is likely Republican. I could see it going maybe R+8. Wisconsin, Ron Johnson has got nailed down pretty easily. I think it'll be it'll be likely Republican, Ron Johnson's incumbent advantage. And the other candidates, they're having a messy primary right now. Colorado, Colorado would have been competitive if we had a good candidate, but we don't. It'll be likely D because of us, or because Republicans didn't nominate a good candidate. Now Arizona, I'm also going to put tilt R. Why are so many races tilt? Is because like these Democratic candidates, they have these great Democratic candidates, and our Republican candidates aren't that good. Arizona's Republican candidate is pretty good, but Mark Kelly is also pretty popular within the state. Now we're going to go into Nevada. I think I can see Laxalt winning quite easily this race. Catherine Cortez Masto lacks a lot of suburban support. She won by 2% in 2016 on like in a what do you call it? In a presidential year. I don't know. I lost my words. Who is the opponent? Joe Heck. Yep, Adam Laxalt is much of a stronger candidate, and 2%. Along with that, Laxalt, I've seen his campaign running really good, making sure to avoid the issues that he knows he'll lose at, and moving the focus elsewhere. However, the Roe v. Wade will help Masto in the end, so I think it could be maybe R plus 1.3, around that number. Now, Washington, the state of Washington, is likely, mainly because the candidate there they have is not very popular, but I don't expect this race to be close. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe.